Well, iconic upgrades are finally in-game, so today we are going to talk about the best ones, the worst ones, and the ones in between. Now, the only equipment pieces that we are going to discuss will be the ones that are the best in slot, in my opinion. Because unless a legendary equipment is not a best in slot, I don't think you should be working on iconic levels and essentially waste a bunch of materials. Because, let's be honest, it is expensive, right? Like, the benefits are really good, but it is expensive. A quick disclaimer, even if a legendary piece is not an absolute best in slot, if you have it with a special talent, and then you can still work on the iconic, because with the special talent, iconic boost, as you can see on the right, it gets upgraded even more. Let's say iconic boost level 3, it is actually only 800, but since we have it with a special talent, it gives us plus 250 and it goes up to 1050 extra units. So if you already have a special talented legendary equipment and you are certain that you will keep using it, you are not going to replace it. For example, I will never craft the KVK weapon to replace my Shield of the Eternal Empire because, let's be honest, I'm not going to get a special talent on a first craft on a KVK item, so I will never ever replace this Shield of the Eternal Empire. And even though technically it's not the best in slot, since it's special talented, of course, I will be working on the iconic. Now, since we got this out of the way and already talking about infantry, this, in my opinion, on your screen right now, is the best legendary infantry gear in Rise of Kingdoms at this very moment. In my opinion, every single piece in this set is the best in slot, so let's start with the weapon. The benefits until level 5 is pretty straightforward, like they're really good. Fury Strike. Whenever the wielder's troop launches a basic attack, it has a 10% chance to gain plus 6.5% damage boost for 2 seconds. This is really strong. And cooldown is only 5 seconds. 10% chance with a 5 seconds cooldown, I think this is really powerful. The best in slot for Helm, of course, the Helm of the Conqueror. Again, pretty straightforward stats, and level 5 is Shattering Strike. Whenever the wielder's troop launches a basic attack, the same thing. This time it has a 10% chance to increase. Now, this is going to be a little bit controversial, but I think this one is better than the other one. It has a 10% chance to increase the next skill damage it deals by 6.5%. Why I think the Helm bonus is better than the weapon? Because Fury Strike, it is again 6.5%, but it boosts your all damage. It's your skill damage, your counter attack, your normal attack for 2 seconds. However, even though this bonus is only for skill damage, Shattering Strike, it is guaranteed that you will boost your skill damage by 6.5% because it says increase the next skill damage. However, on this one, you can activate this bonus with 10% chance, but in those 2 seconds, it's not guaranteed that you will be dealing skill damage. You could be just boosting your normal attack and counter attack for 6.5 seconds. However, on this one, it is guaranteed that you are increasing the main damage. Most of the commanders in Rise of Kingdoms, the main damage of them is their skill damage, 6.5%, which is insane in my opinion. However, I have a problem with this one, and that is it doesn't say smite damage, it only says skill damage. I actually tried to contact with the support to get an answer if it also... By the way, if you already know the answer, please let me know in the comment section down below, because you guys most of the time know more than me. So I don't know if it also increases smite damage, because now we have Gorgo, we have Liu Che, they both deal smite damage and they both are really strong commanders. So they are really good for free-to-play, low-spender field fighters. It doesn't say smite damage, so it's a little bit, I don't know, concerning, but we will see. But still, like the Helm bonus, the same is here. I think really good. Chest. Hope Cloak. Again, Shattering Strike, but this time, whenever the wielder's troop is hit with a basic attack, it means you are taking the damage. It has a 10% chance to gain 5% counterattack damage boost for 2 seconds, cooldown 5 seconds. It's just meh. I mean, if you're using Pakal Harold, Harold Alex, or Pakal Charles, something like that, yeah, of course, it's really good, but other than that, for most of the marches, most of the meta marches, it's just okay. Glows. Warm Braces of the Eternal Empire. Whenever the wielder's troop takes damage, you don't have to get attacked directly. You could be taking some AoE skill damage. Doesn't matter. The only thing here is that you are taking damage. It has a 10% chance to gain 3% march speed for 3 seconds can stack up to 3 times, so extra 9% march speed. This is like you are taking like some amount of damage from AoE or other things, and then you need to dip immediately. Extra 9%, pretty good. Infantry is slow, so it's a good utility, but definitely not a priority iconic level. Next up, we have Eternal Light, the Bastion slot. Sadly, I mean, I used my beautiful Karak humility for so long, but then they released the iconics and Eternal Light became suddenly better. Willy. This time when you launch a basic attack, it has a 10% chance to reduce the next skill damage it takes by 5%. It's very similar to Helm. I really like this one because you could be reducing the damage that you are taking, but that damage could just be normal attack damage or counter attack damage. So it's not actually a massive damage reduction, but with this one, it is guaranteed that you are decreasing the skill damage that you are going to take for 5%. And I think it's pretty amazing. So this one is definitely great. Boots, Fleet-footed Footman. That took actually 10 tries for me to pronounce it correctly. Oh my god. Your infantry units gain 5% march speed, 1% defense while outside of allies territory. This one again, just like the chest shattering strike, in my opinion, not a priority. It is decent to have, but I wouldn't probably work on it. Now let's move to cavalry, starting with the weapon again, and this, actually, let me flex a little bit. Boom, there we go. This is the best cavalry set in the game right now when it comes to equipment pieces. Of course, I only have one piece with a special talent. We don't care about special talent or iconic levels. We are talking about the equipment pieces that are best in slots. So let's go back to blacksmith and talk about the weapon. Sacred Dominion. Again, you have a 10% chance to gain 6.5 damage boost for 2 seconds. So it's the same with the infantry weapon. Pretty good. Helm. You go to KVK Helm. You again have shattering strike. Guaranteed to increase your skill damage 6.5%. I think is great. And for your chest, heavy armor of the Hellish Wasteland gives you exactly the same thing. Extra counterattack damage boost. If you are using Attila Takeda, yeah, it's going to be great for you. But if not, which is most of the players, it's not really that beneficial. For gloves, we have Navarre's Control, and this time we have a different bonus. Perplexing Ploy. Whenever the wielder's troop deals skill damage or smite damage. This is what I'm talking about. Like, why it doesn't, like, we don't have a smite damage cavalry commander yet, but this means we will have pretty soon. But if you look at the infantry one, for example, the Helm, Shattering Strike only increases skill damage. It doesn't say smite damage, which is a little bit weird. Going back to the Perplexing Ploy, it has a 10% chance to reduce the target's march speed, 3% for 3 seconds, can stack up to 3 times. I'm not going to say this is great, like slowing your enemies is always good in the open field, but you are already cavalry, you are the fastest troop type in the game, so it will only be beneficial if you are trying to catch other cavalry marches, but if you are already fighting against infantry or archers, you are miles faster than them, so it's not going to be that beneficial in my opinion. For legs, of course, Ash of the Dawn, we again have Willy, guaranteed skill damage taken reduction, 5%, pretty great. And the boots, this time we have Hurried Horseman. The wielder's cav units gain 5% march speed, 1% defense while outside of alliance territory. The same problem in my opinion, you are already the fastest troop type in the game, so it's not going to be that game changing. Now, archers, and it's going to be a weird one because previously I thought that 6 pieces archer set was to go archer equipment, like it was very clean. It was the only 6 pieces set that you could use in the game for a troop type. I don't think you would ever use 6 pieces infantry or cavalry set. So archer set was very clean, very great. However, in my opinion, the best archer set in the game right now, funny enough, is this one. And we have only 3 archer pieces. Now, the reason why I switched to this one is because after I played with Burika YSG extensively, I realized that the only thing that I want to do with my archer marches when it comes to equipment is boosting their survivability, boosting their defense, their HP, skill damage taken reduction, whatever. Because they're already dealing so much damage. So from equipment, the only thing that I'm looking for is boosting the survivability, as I said. So that's why we have a very weird configuration, but I think it is the best one. For weapon, we have Hydra's Blast, Furious Strike, again the same thing, pretty good. For helm, we are going to have Pride of Khan again, but it doesn't matter. Ancestral Mask of Night, it has the Shattering Strike just like Pride of the Khan. The reason why I choose this is it gives you archer health 8%. If you compare it to the epic piece, which is Revival Helm, like it's already 7.5% defense, right? So this is definitely the last upgrade that I would do because it costs so many materials. I mean, it's a legendary, it's an epic, and also the blueprint is not that easy to get. You can only get 1 per KVK, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's going to be the, but like if you want to min-max your march, I think I will go with Pride of the Khan for chest. We are of course going for this amazing piece, Dragon's Breath Plate. We have, again, Shattering Strike, 5% counterattack damage. When it comes to archers, I think Nebu is good for counterattack damage, but other than that, I don't think how beneficial that is. And if you're taking damage, especially from multiple marches with your archer march, you better run. Like, you're just gonna die in a few seconds. Now, for glows, I think the best in slot is Gauntlets of the Glorious Goddess, which is the leadership glows. Troop defense 6%, because if you look at the other legendary alternative, it's going to be this one, Dragon's Breath, Worm Bracers. It gives you 7.5% attack, and I definitely don't want attack. And unfortunately, Revival Gauntlets also gives you 4.5% attack, and that's why, unlike the Helm, Gauntlets of the Glorious Goddess is going to be a good upgrade. Even though it's just 6%, you are still changing your attack stat into defense, which is going to be very beneficial for your archer march. And the bonus is Unflinching, which is a new one. Whenever the wielder's troop take damage, and your archers will take damage almost all the time because you will get targeted, it has a 10% chance to reduce the attacker's attack by 2% for 3 seconds and can stack up to 3 times. I think it's a pretty decent one. As I said, for archer marches, all I'm trying to do is reducing the damage taken, increasing the health, increasing the defense, and this does exactly what I'm looking for. For legs, we have again the leadership gear, because let's quickly take a look at the alternatives. Dragon's Breath Tessets gives you archer attack, and this one is a really good one. 7.5% defense already compared to 8% troop health. I know it's only 0.5% difference, but it gives you health instead of defense. In my opinion, health is the best stat in the game, and then it goes like defense and attack. So since you are changing your defense to health, it is really, really good. However, I cannot say it is one of your priorities. What you can do is you can certainly use your Revival Greaves and also use your Revival Helm to get your 2 pieces Revival Set bonus, troop attack 3%, and then work your way through first leadership legs and then lastly Pride of the Khan. Iconic level 5 bonus is again what we are looking for, reducing the damage taken, 10% chance to reduce the next skill damage it takes by 5%. I'll definitely take it, I think it's great. And for the boots, of course, Dragon's Breath boots. I cannot pronounce it. I tried it a few times and I just cannot. The Wielder's archer units gain 5% march speed and 1% defense, the same thing. And for archers, I'm not going to say it is like as useless as Cavalry, because your archers, they get focused, they get targeted, and they are slow and squishy. So extra march speed is definitely going to help you out. It is a priority? No. But still a pretty decent benefit. So when I look at all the bonuses coming from iconic tiers, I think the best one is Cavalry and Infantry. The worst one is Archers. The reason is not the bonuses, but the blueprints. Hope Cloak is easy to obtain, and it's the best in slot for Infantry. Same goes for Eternal Light, so easy to get, especially from Lost Canyon in KVK, and again, it is the best in slot, so you can pretty easily get those blueprints. Same goes for Cavalry. It's not as easy as, let's say, Eternal Light. However, since it is a regular piece and it's the best in slot, we have Ash of the Dawn, and also this time for glows we have Navarre's Control. So I think it is the second best one, is the second best troop that's going to benefit from iconic boosts. And the last one is Archers, because literally none of your pieces are regular legendary pieces. Every single archer equipment piece of yours is either KVK or set pieces. Other than that, we have 2 legendary pieces that you can get the blueprints and upgrade iconics. Of course, it's pretty good, but I don't think it is as good as either Cavalry or Archers. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I see you on next Call of Dragon. Wait, what? I see you on the next Rise of Kingdoms video. And here we discuss new daily purchase commanders, Pakal and CJ. Make sure to tap on it, and I see you there.